Okay, I'm gonna get to the video, don't worry. I don't want to show you guys. I'm gonna talk about OKC, but I just want to show you guys this. Listen.
You are the reason. You are the reason.
Yeah. To all the moms out there, I thank what you did. You raised our future by raising our kids.
I can't play anymore because I'm probably gonna get copyrighted by my own song. How the hell you get copyrighted by your own song? But I had, what's going on, guys? It's Steve. Yesterday was by far the greatest NBA All-Star game I've ever seen in my lifetime. It was amazing. Don't worry, we're gonna get to the topic. It was amazing. Now, two things. I've been getting comments, people asking, Steve, why did you not cover All-Star Weekend? One, Saturday night was terrible. The three-point shootout was disgusting. I would have went out there and done. I would have won. I mean, I would have beaten Devin Booker's all-time great record of 28 out of 36. I would have smoked him. I would have had 36 out of 36. You know, so there's that. And two, my college internet decides to not work. It'll play the video. It'll freeze. It'll buffer. And then it's funny. I would refresh the page, and the advertisements, the commercials would play perfectly fine in HD. And then when it's time for the festivities to start, it'll start lagging and getting all grainy, 140p and all this other nonsense. I was getting so freaking mad. I was about to say, you know what, screw this. I'm going to a hotel. I was about to say, I'm going back to New York. I'm flying back to New York. This is ridiculous. So that's one. Number two. Listen. Now, I know you guys are going to say, here we go with the excuses. Here we go with the excuses. Listen, this ain't an excuse. I just didn't calculate. I didn't know how long it takes to get a song on iTunes. I didn't know it takes that long. Like, the process is, like, it's like a 5-week process. I didn't know it was that long. So, most likely, it'll be up by, I want to be reasonable. Say, give me till Saturday. It'll be up, and you guys better buy the song. By the way, I mean, I'm not joking. Like, I'm gonna sell it for $3, and I expect y'all to go out and support your boy when the song comes out. The music video. I expect you guys to support me, please. Help a brother dream come true. And if I'm straight garbage, and if I'm straight butt cheeks, I'm probably gonna cry because I know you guys are not gonna hold back on me. Y'all gonna be like, Steve, this is straight butt cheeks. This is garbage. I don't think it's bad. I think it's pretty good. You know, I'm contemplating. I'll play a quick little, like, 10 seconds of it real quick. You ready for this? Oh, I'm a little nervous. You guys make me nervous. Anyway, whatever. And don't worry, we're gonna get to the topic of the video. Why is this so low? Why is this so low? I'm sorry, guys. Okay, I'm gonna get to the video, don't worry. I don't want to show you guys. I'm gonna talk about OKC, but I just want to show you guys this. Listen.
You are the reason. You are the reason.
Yeah. To all the moms out there, I thank what you did. You raised our future by raising our kids.
I can't play anymore because I'm probably gonna get copyrighted by my own song. How the hell you get copyrighted by your own song? But whatever, that's besides the point. So that's part of the song. And as you can tell, it's actually really good. You know, I wasn't fronting on you guys, like, playing around. Like, I've been doing this since I was like 15, you know. But that's besides the point. How long are we into this video? 3 minutes and 30 seconds. I didn't even talk about OKC. You guys probably clicked away a long ass time ago. Anyway, the Oklahoma City Thunder. This is the time where they need to focus. This is focus time for the Oklahoma City Thunder. OKC's locked in. I mean, the way they ended the first half of the season was something that I've seen was absolutely... And I'll talk more about the All-Star game and... Fergie. What the hell was that? That's besides the point. Talk more about All-Star game after. But anyway, there's no games on tonight. There's no games Wednesday. And, you know, the season starts back on Thursday. And it's like, they need to be locked in because they don't have the chemistry that other teams like the Golden State Warriors have. So they need to be locked in. The Spurs, they're not a threat at all this year. Kawhi's not even, he's a shell of himself right now. So the Spurs aren't a threat. LaMarcus Aldridge is going to disappear in the playoffs like always, just like Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan. So they're irrelevant. The only team that OKC has to worry about are the Houston Rockets. The only teams are the Houston Rockets and the Golden State Warriors. Houston, they're going to get destroyed by the Oklahoma City Thunder because they have no one to guard Russell Westbrook. They have no one to guard Carmelo and no one to guard Paul George. Who you going to put? You going to put James Harden on Paul George? You going to put James Harden on Russell Westbrook? Now, CP3 can do CP3 things because he's CP3. He's a great defensive player. He's an absolute monster, one of the top 5 point guards in NBA history. But you going to tell me you're going to put James Harden on Paul George? Now, think about this lineup right here. Russell Westbrook at point, Paul George at the 2 spot, Carmelo Anthony at the 3 spot, someone else at the 4 spot, I can't remember the dude's name, and Steven Adams at the 5 spot. Could you imagine the nightmares they would cause having that big 3 in the backcourt? It would be an absolute, they would literally walk through everybody. They would walk through everybody. And now is the time where they need to focus on ending the season off on a hot note. They need to focus on, just stay zoned in. All-Star weekend is over. We ended it on a good note with that All-Star game. It was amazing. Fergie had, just the best performance I've ever heard. That was terrible. Absolutely terrible. I'm watching the game and it's buffering. So I downloaded. I got so mad. Look what I did to my phone. Because it kept buffering on my laptop, so I broke my phone, right? And so I downloaded the TNT app, and I wasn't thinking like I should have done that before. And I watched it on my phone and whatever, and I was just like, "What the hell performance was that?" Your man Steve could have done. I mean, not could have. He would have done a better job. This is the time to zone in. I think there are 30. I think this is the most games the NBA has had in the first half of the season in NBA history. So I want to see their record so far. They're fifth in the Western Conference, which you think about it and it's like, oh, that's not that good. There's no way they're gonna win the NBA championship. But you have to think about like, this is a whole different brand new team. They have Paul George and Carmelo. When you bring in pieces like that, it's gonna be hard to adapt. It's gonna take time. So they're fifth in the Western Conference. They're 33-26, which it isn't great, but wait a minute. They're 33-26. How many games is that? That's 55 games. So that means they have 27 games left, right? Did I do that right? 82 minus 55, 20. I'm a fucking genius. They have 27 games left. Now they need to pass Minnesota in the standings, without a doubt. I don't think home court advantage is going to matter just because of the matchup nightmares that they're going to cause for the Houston Rockets. Houston is a great team. Don't get me wrong. But the thing about the Oklahoma City Thunder that separates them from everyone else, which is why I had them winning the championship. First of all, they have a top 50 player in NBA history in Carmelo Anthony. That's number one. Number two, I'm like, hey, Steve, you're lying. Whatever. Number two, and by the way, if you can tell I'm not yelling, I don't really have a voice because I got so mad at the buffering yesterday. I went, ah! And I, yeah. So anyway. Where was I? Yes. The thing that separates Oklahoma City is they have Carmelo Anthony, 1, and 2, the clutchest player in NBA history. Let's be real for a second. And 2, I can't wait to see him back in the playoffs and the matchup nightmares that he's gonna cause. And 2, this whole team is a matchup nightmare for everyone. Golden State is not going to be able to guard the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now, Golden State, people don't realize how good defensively this team is, but them guarding the Oklahoma City Thunder, it's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. Here's why. If you have Russ, PG, and Melo in the backcourt, 1, 2, and 3 spot, then you have, I don't know, some other dude as a 4-man and have Steven Adams at the 5. Who the hell is guarding Steven Adams? That man does not miss. I've never seen a big man he simply does not miss shots. And it's not even like he takes tough shots. It's just like the most basic boring as hell. Tim Duncan, you know, Dirk Nowitzki, old like boring as hell shots, but he just does not miss. You know, and I'm talking about Timmy D and Dirk, you know, out of their prime, not when they were in their prime. So let me not get disrespectful, because those are two top 15 players in NBA history. But you know, he's just like hook. Yeah, and it's like, damn, it's so boring, but he's unguardable because he's so damn strong. If you put his back to the basket, he is going to yam it in your grill. He's going to yimmy it on you. He go, yimmy. You know, he's going to give you the Jimmy Jams. He's going to give everything. You know? And then you have Carmelo. Do I even have to go into that? Who the hell is going to guard Carmelo on the Golden State Warriors? You're going to have Draymond Green guard him? Have you seen what Melo does when Draymond Green guards him? He blows by him. He's too damn slow to guard Melo. And this is a 33-year-old man we're talking about, being faster and quicker off his feet than Draymond Green, who's like 5 years younger. Who the hell is going to guard Paul George? You're going to put Kevin Durant on Paul George. Good, you better put Kevin Durant on Carmelo Anthony. But even if you put Kevin Durant on Carmelo Anthony, KD's going to get bullied down low. Melo's going to eat him alive. Melo is so damn strong that he eats LeBron James alive in the paint. He's so strong, like Kobe Bryant said, the strongest player I've ever won against is Carmelo Anthony. He's like a freaking bull. His exact words, look it up. I'm not lying. I'm dead serious. He really said that. Look it up. Okay? So you could put Draymond, you could put KD, you know, you can't put Draymond on Steven Adams. You can't put, and that, which means JaVale's gonna have to be on Steven Adams. Bye. He's gonna get eaten alive. You put Draymond on Carmelo, Carmelo's gonna eat him alive. You know, you put what is it? Kevin Durant on Paul George. Okay, but who's Stephen Curry gonna guard? You can't put Stephen Curry on. That means because Klay Thompson's gonna have to be on Russell Westbrook. You know, you see the matchup nightmare that they're going to cause the Golden State Warriors. Most people don't realize this. Think about this. Let's say you have Steph, KD, Clay, Dre, and JaVale as their starting lineup, which is going to be their starting lineup. For OKC, you have Russ, PG, Melo. I want to remember this dude's name. I don't want to be too disrespectful to my man. I know the other dude is injured. Jeremy Grant. There you go. Steven Adams, Melo, PG, Russ, and Jeremy Grant. You could put Jeremy Grant at the 4 spot because he has that little post-up game that he worked on. So you have Draymond, or actually you're gonna have to put Draymond on Jeremy Grant. You're gonna have to put, which is gonna take Draymond out of the picture, and just he's gonna be doing not nothing, but less on the defensive end because he's not gonna be in the action because Jeremy Grant's barely gonna see the ball. He'll see it, but he ain't gonna touch it. Steven Adams, you can have JaVale McGee on Steven Adams, but Steven Adams is going to eat him alive. That's one. And if they switch on pick and rolls, JaVale McGee is going to get destroyed by Russell Westbrook. So there you go. There's there. Now, you have KD, Clay, and Steph versus Russ, PG, and Carmelo. Anyone in their damn right mind is going to say, I'm taking Melo, Russ, and PG. And here's why. Klay Thompson. If Oklahoma City did not have Carmelo Anthony, Klay Thompson, actually, it doesn't even make a difference. Because Paul George is there, too, at the 2 spot. Yeah, in this situation. So that means you're going to have to put Kevin Durant on Carmelo, Klay Thompson on Paul George. Because if you put Klay Thompson on Carmelo, it's over. Melo's going to drop like 80. You know he's going to eat him alive. All right? So KD on Carmelo, and Melo's still going to eat KD alive down low. You have Klay Thompson guarding Paul George. You know, Klay Thompson's a really good defender. So he's going to do a good job on PG. Very similar players, athletic, quick. You know, so that's going to be a good matchup. Paul George is a better scorer, though. And then Russ versus Steph. Steph's going to get eaten alive. And that's not to sit there and say Russ ain't going to get eaten alive either. Because Stephen Curry, you know how I feel about Steph. You know, it's LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Stephen Curry, the 3 best players in the world in that order. LeBron, KD, Steph. But it's not about being the best. It's all about the advantages that you have. Think about this for a second. Let's use this. You have Eminem, the greatest rapper in my opinion, of all time, right? Obviously, let's take Biggie and Pac out of it for just take them out of it for a second. So you have Eminem, and then you say, okay, Eminem, you just released Revival, and you tried to sound modern, and you tried to sound like these trap artists, and it didn't sound too good. Now, that doesn't mean that these new trap artists are better than Eminem. It just means that they have the advantage because that's their style. You know? And it's the same situation. There's no way in hell the Golden State Warriors can guard the Oklahoma City Thunder. OKC's Big Four is just too damn dominant. Russ, PG, Carmelo, Steven Adams. That is the most unguardable lineup I've ever seen in my entire life. That is the most unguardable lineup I've seen in my entire life. You know, and it's just like, that doesn't mean they're better players, because to be honest, Steph and KD are better than Carmelo and Paul George and Russ. But the matchups, it's going to be a nightmare for the Golden State Warriors, especially because of Steven Adams, Carmelo, and Paul George, the nightmares that they create. Because you can't put Steph on PG. PG will eat him alive. You can't put Steph on Carmelo. You know, you can't put Steph on Jeremy Grant. Jeremy Grant will baby him in the paint. So it's like this. You're going to have to force Steph on Russ. Then you're going to have to force Clay on Paul George. And then that means Carmelo's going to have to, Kevin Durant's going to have to guard Carmelo. Which means Melo's going to eat him alive down low. Yeah, and then that ain't to say that Carmelo's going to guard KD, because him and Carmelo are like the most unguardable players I've ever seen in my entire life. If you're too young to see Carmelo Anthony in his prime, and you're like, he's not that good, go back and watch him like in Denver in his first few years with the Knicks. I've never seen someone so unguardable, so quick off his feet, the handles, the strength, I've never seen it. The jump shot, I've never seen something like it. And then Kevin Durant, like, how are you 7 feet tall and you move like that? You know, it's ridiculous, and shoot like that. It's crazy. So not to say that Melo and PG can stop Kevin Durant. I'm just saying the matchups leaning towards the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say, OKC is going to... Damn, I've been talking for 15 minutes. I got to slow down. I'm not going to sit here and say, like, OKC is going to sweep the Warriors. No, they're going to beat them in 5. Let me stop. They're going to beat them in 7. It's been your man, Steve. The song is coming out very, very, very soon. I'm out. I told y'all I wasn't playing games, man. I literally told you guys that. I'm out. Peace.